to Joy the Feast. Welcome back into my kitchen. Come on in. I got something good I'm gonna cook up for you today. This is going to change your life because, you know, food can do that. How many of you are making your own fresh meatballs at home? I know if I got some Italian brothers and sisters out there, you'll be like, yeah, okay, we've been doing that since we were born. So that's fine, but everybody else, are you making your own fresh meatballs at home? I'm gonna show you how to do that today. If not, do not buy frozen meatballs, okay? You can make them really easily, and they're the best meatballs ever. I first had this particular meatball, well, what I fashioned these meatballs after, at Rayo's, a really famous Italian restaurant in Vegas. And they have this gigantic meatball. It's the most tender, moist thing ever. And I came home and I was like, I have to figure out how to make meatballs like that. And so this is my version. This is the most tender, wonderful, flavorful meatball. You don't even need sauce, noodles, nothing with these, I'm telling you. Put it on meatball sub, do whatever you want to with it. You can just eat them straight out the pan. They are spectacular. I'm gonna show you how to do them right now. Now for my meatballs, I'm using half a pound of ground beef and half a pound of ground pork. If you want, you can use veal as well. If you can't find veal, no problem. Go with these two right here. And this is, we just kind of dump everything in. We've got several cloves of garlic chopped here. I don't measure garlic. If you've seen my videos before, I just put garlic in liberally because I love it. That was probably about 4 or 5 cloves. And then I'm gonna add some fresh parsley. Fresh parsley. Fresh parsley, okay? We're not gonna use the dried parsley for this. Makes a difference. We're gonna use some Italian breadcrumbs. It's about half a cup. Gonna put in an egg. Parmesan cheese. Cheese, say cheese. Cheese. Lots of cheese, okay? And then a cup of water is going in the mix. Why so much water, Lisa? Well, this is how they're gonna be tender. This is what makes them super, super, super tender. So even if you get really lean beef, you know, you can get lean, won't have that much fat coming off of it, but they'll still be super tender, okay? So I'm just getting in here with my hands. Mixing this up. I just want to incorporate everything in. I'm excited about this recipe. It's one of my favorites. All right, ready to start rolling my meatballs. So there's no science to rolling out your balls, okay? You just got to get them rolled out. Now I do kind of, as you can see, I'm eyeballing this, but if you have a scoop, and you can get really uniform meatballs, you can use your scoop and do them exactly the same size for uniformity. I do that when I'm doing it for an event. And I want them to be perfect. In this case, I don't need them to be perfect because I'm gonna eat these. So I kind of eyeball it. Well, I'm getting pretty close, I think. I'm just gonna go through, roll these out. Now these meatballs, again, I use beef and I use pork in these. You absolutely could do the same recipe. I've done it with ground turkey. I've done it with just ground chicken. Same everything. So don't get worried about, you know, the fact that I'm using pork. You could even use Italian sausage. You know, recipes are really just guidelines. You want to take the spirit of the recipe, you know, the method, and then you can make it your own. That's the joy of cooking, really. Exploring. Finding out the way that you want to do the thing. So you can use your turkey, use your chicken, no problem. That's some pretty meatballs. The full recipe of these, if you're rolling them about the size that I am, the full recipe, you should be able to get 40 meatballs out of the full recipe. So it's quite a bit. And once they're cooked, you can freeze them for a few months and pull them out. It's actually a good thing to do because the recipe makes quite a few. And if you just need a couple dozen or a dozen or so for your weeknight meal, just freeze the rest. They freeze perfectly, and you can thaw them back out in your sauce actually. So that's a way to make you know, a good idea for make-ahead dinners. All right, got 20 beautiful meatballs on deck. And I've got my oven preheated to 375. They're gonna go in the oven probably about 18 to 20 minutes, and then we'll check on them and see how they're doing. Okay, time is up, so let's check on these balls. OMG. Yum, yum, yum. Look at that. Look at that. They weren't so hot. I would get pop one in my mouth right now. This is what I call amazing meatballs. These are the amazing meatballs. So you can do with these now what you want. I would put them in a bowl with a little marinara sauce. I would put them on a little hoagie roll with some marinara and some mozzarella. Of course, with your pastas, you can do that. So, but this is your base. This is your basic, perfect, amazing meatball. I hope you like this recipe. It's super, super easy. So worth it. You know, it's so much better than buying frozen meatballs, pre-done meatballs. If you're gluten-free, by the way, I mean, we use breadcrumbs in here. You can use the gluten-free breadcrumbs. They have gluten-free Italian breadcrumbs. So you can make your own gluten-free. There's nowhere you're gonna find a meatball that's gluten-free out at a restaurant or anywhere. They always use breadcrumbs. But you can make the most amazing moist meatballs yourself, and you can make them gluten-free. In this case, obviously we use breadcrumbs, but hey, you do what you need to do for your meatballs. But this is it. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Comment below if you make them at home. Send me a picture. Put it in the comments. Show everybody what you did. And then if you make any adjustments to it, if you jazz it up in some different way, I'd love to hear about it. So write a comment. Make sure you're subscribed. Share with your friends. Then join me back in the kitchen next time and watch me stir up some groceries on Joy of the Feast. This is Chef Lisa. See you next time.